Hello and welcome to HW News. All eyes were today set on the Supreme Court as the apex court in the country had decided that it will decide the quantum of punishment for activist lawyer Prashant Bhushan, who has been held guilty in the contempt of court case against him. On August 14th, the bench headed by Justice Arun Mishra held him guilty of criminal contempt for his two tweets on judiciary in general and CJI S.A. Bobde in particular. He had tweeted criticizing Chief Justice of India over a picture of him sitting on a Harley-Davidson bike, reportedly which belonged to a BJP leader in Nagpur without wearing a mask. Another tweet of Bhushan criticized the last four CJIs of India. After hearing in the matter concluded, the court held him guilty but decided to announce the quantum of punishment today. Meanwhile, there has been a rising call from all parts of the society that the Supreme Court should not punish Prashant Bhushan. Members of the civil society, judges, former and present, lawyers, members of the bar and bureaucrats called upon the Supreme Court to revisit its verdict. A signature campaign that received as many as support from 3,000 citizens was also issued defending Bhushan. The letter read that if a tweet by an individual is perceived by the judiciary as destroying the public confidence in the institution, it speaks poorly of the judiciary's confidence in itself. The judges and the lawyers supporting Prashant Bhushan said in their suggestion in the letter that we hope that the Supreme Court will hear all the voices raised in the last 72 hours and take corrective steps to prevent justice from being overturned so that the general public can again build respect and trust for the court. On the other hand, Prashant Bhushan moved to the court seeking to postpone the sentencing hearing, citing that he needs more time to file a review petition. Today, the bench assembled to hear the matter while many in the pouring rain of Delhi stood outside the court with the posters written "Hum Dekhenge" in support of Prashant Bhushan. At the start of today's hearing, senior advocate Dushyant Dave, appearing for Bhushan, requested the court to adjourn the hearing in light of the review petition intended to be filed against the court's August 14th verdict. Now let's talk about what conversation happened between the lawyers and the judges. Justice Arun Mishra told Dushyant Dave that if that can be reviewed, if their verdict can be reviewed, then the sentencing can also be reviewed. Dave then responded to Mishra saying that if that is the conviction judgment is reviewed, then sentencing will become infructuous. Justice Gavai went on to point out that in the recent case of Vijay Kurle, the court had rejected such a request. Justice Mishra also added to it, he said, in the event we decide to impose any kind of punishment, we assure you that it won't be in operation till the review is decided. So he said, don't worry, we will be fair to you even if you are not fair to us. Justice Arun Mishra, noting that the review petition was yet to be filed, Justice Gavai also suggested that it appears that the review will be sought when one of the judges on the bench, that is Justice Mishra, has retired. Now, Justice Mishra retires on September 2 and there are 30 days given to file review petition. So, Dave said in reply to Justice Gavai's statement, he said that review can be filed within 30 days. Let the impression not go that review will not be filed till Justice Mishra retires. Every order of Justice Mishra can be reviewed, but that does not mean that review has to be filed before Justice Mishra retires. There is a statutory limit of 30 days. Dave went on to add that heavens are not going to fall if the sentencing is deferred till the review is decided. It is not provided in the law that it has to be decided by the same bench. The bench eventually made it clear that it would not defer the hearing. So, senior advocate Rajiv Dhawan got involved. He then said that he was not in favor of deferment of the hearing. At this point, Prashant Bhushan read out his statement in response to the Supreme Court's verdict, finding him guilty of contempt. The statement I will read out to you later at the end of this video because every point made in the statement is very, very important. So, the hearing went on. Justice Mishra meanwhile said that you want us to balance, the court is for balance. If we don't balance, the whole institution will be destroyed. But if counsel's interest has to be protected, at the same time the institution also has to be protected. You all are part of this institution, this system. Sometimes in zeal, you cross the Lakshman Rekha. We appreciate the cases and the work and efforts for good cases. Rajiv Dhawan went on to argue that for contempt proceedings to be invoked, it has to be shown that the statement causes a substantial interference in the functioning of the justice delivery system. He asked, how can a lawyer's tweet about Chief Justice of India not wearing a mask affect the functioning of the court? Dhawan further argued that the points made by Bhushan in his reply were not addressed by the court in its judgment. To this, Justice B.R. Gavai replied. He said that Dave referred to some parts of the affidavit that is taken into account in the judgment. He did not rely on other parts of the affidavit. Now, they are talking about the affidavit that was submitted by Prashant Bhushan when he was asked about the allegations levelled on him. Referring to Bhushan's affidavit, Dhawan submitted that the truth is an absolute defense in defamation and contempt cases. The bench then sought Attorney General K.K. Venugopal's views on the statement that was made by Prashant Bhushan and whether he should be given more time. In response, the Attorney General K.K. Venugopal said that it would be tremendously good if Bhushan is given some time. Bhushan then said that the statement he made was a well thought out and considered statement. He also said that he would not like to apologize. He said it is unlikely that there will be substantial change in my statement. The court then said that we can give you time and it is better if you consider it, think over it, we will give you 2-3 days time. Rajiv Dhawan then continued with his submission, stating that the court did not give any reasons on how the tweets were scurrilous. The conclusion was reached without considering the justification of Prashant Bhushan. He said that Dave did not want to embarrass the court by going into the details of the affidavit. He went on to add that Bhushan's sentiment had found support from retired judges and thousands of lawyers. Dhawan then asked, are they in contempt too? After Dhawan concluded his arguments, Attorney General K.K. Venugopal sought to make some brief submissions. He said, I have a list of 9 judges who had said that there is corruption in the higher levels of judiciary. I had myself said it in 1987. However, the bench was not inclined to hear the Attorney General on the basis of merits. So, in conclusion, Prashant Bhushan now has 2 to 3 days for a rethinking of his statement, which is very unlikely. Quite a day in the Supreme Court. Now let's talk about the statement of Prashant Bhushan. This statement, Bhushan said, is not going to change. I have gone through the judgment of this honorable court. I am pained that I have been held guilty of committing contempt of the court, whose majesty I have tried to uphold, not as a courtier or cheerleader, but as a humble guard for over 3 decades at some personal and professional cost. I am pained, not because I may be punished, but because I have been grossly misunderstood. I am shocked that the court holds me guilty of malicious, scurrilous, calculated attack on the institution of administration of justice. I am dismayed that the court has arrived at this conclusion without providing any evidence of my motives to launch such an attack. I must confess that I am disappointed that the court did not find it necessary to serve me with a copy of the complaint on the basis of which the suo motu notice was issued, nor found it necessary to respond to the specific averments made by me in my reply affidavit or the many submissions of my counsel. I find it hard to believe that the court finds my tweet has the effect of destabilizing the very foundation of this important pillar of Indian democracy. I can only reiterate that these 2 tweets represented my bona fide beliefs, the expression of which must be permissible in any democracy. Indeed, public scrutiny is desirable for healthy functioning of the judiciary itself. I believe that open criticism of any institution is necessary in a democracy to safeguard the constitutional order. We are living through that moment in our history when higher principles must trump routine obligations, when saving the constitutional order must come before personal and professional niceties, when consideration of the present must not come in the way of discharging our responsibility towards the future. Failing to speak up would have been a dereliction of duty, especially for an officer of the court like myself. My tweets were nothing but a small attempt to discharge what I consider to be my highest duty at this juncture in history of our republic. I did not tweet in a fit of absence-mindedness. I would be insincere and contemptuous on my part to offer an apology for the tweets that expressed what was and continues to be my bona fide belief. Therefore, I can only humbly paraphrase what the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, had said in his trial. I do not ask for mercy. I do not appeal to magnanimity. I am here, therefore, to cheerfully submit to any penalty that can lawfully be inflicted upon me for what the court has determined to be an offence and what appears to me to be the highest duty of a citizen. So will the Supreme Court bench listen to the lawyers, agree to the demands that were made, agree to the request that was made by Bhushan's counsel and give him more time? That we have to see. Till then, do let us know what you think in the comment box below. For more news and updates, you can log on to www.hwnews.in.
Now be the first to know about the latest updates on our new news app. Go on your Android or iOS, search for HW News Network. Download our app, choose the language you prefer to get updates in, and be up to date with the latest news.
If you like this video, please share it and we would love to hear your comments in the comments section down here. Also, please do like our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter to get minute-to-minute news updates. For more such shows and videos, well, subscribe to our YouTube channel.